So there's a famous report that came out in 2021 that was produced by the Bank of England called the Dasgupta Review. And it refers to all of us as asset managers. And it's true, we are all asset managers. We as individuals, as businesses, governments, international organizations, we all manage assets through spending and investment decisions. In the 2 decades from 1992 to 2014, the capital per person doubled. So this is human capital, which is a collection of our skills, knowledge, health, in general, things that people want to invest in to become more productive members of society. And this increased per person globally by 13%. But at the same time, natural capital per person declined by nearly 40%. So it's just another way of saying that economic growth and development, even if it's skewed geographically, has happened at the expense of natural capital. And now that we've come to this point where we require the 1.6 or 1.5, it's kind of between that, Earths to maintain the world's current living standard, we're overshooting what we can replenish halfway through the year. So this year, Earth Overshoot Day fell on August 2nd, and every single year it's getting earlier and earlier. More than 50% of the global economy is reliant on biodiversity. So this is about 44 trillion US dollars in economic value generation. And half of the world's total GDP is either moderately or very highly dependent on nature and its services. The world's ecosystems have declined in size and condition by 47% globally compared to the estimated baselines that we were thinking they were at. And financial institutions face escalating biodiversity risks. Biodiversity risk goes beyond primary industries like agriculture that they're traditionally associated with. All industries are exposed. Even those with little exposure to direct risks are often indirectly at risk through their supply chains. So when we look back to that 2021 report, and there was another one that came out at the same time from the World Economic Forum, it actually ranked biodiversity loss and ecosystem collapse as one of the top 5 risks to the global economy in the next decade. So here we have a kind of a summary of everything we've been saying here. We've got an issue with biodiversity loss. There tends to be an awful lack of awareness around this. This is due to a lack of data and information and education around this. We have a huge reliance on this. In a world that's increasingly driven by economic outcomes, it's easy to forget that behind every successful business is a foundational reliance on nature's resources. 75% of global food production relies on pollination. Between quarter of $250 billion and 700 trillion US dollars worth of annual global food production relies on pollination and obviously nature and biodiversity. So it's extremely essential for business. It's extremely essential for our economy. And it's important that we start accounting more for this so we can start making better decisions and putting better strategies in place in relation to this.